Once upon a time, there was a master chef. He worked in a 5-star restaurant in New York, and everybody came to his restaurant. All the famous people, all the elites, all the billionaires, all the millionaires. They all wanted a ticket to his restaurant, right? And when you went to his restaurant, if it was your first time, it was almost mandatory that you tried the signature dish, which was a piece of raw meat that he blessed. He blessed it. He was such a phenomenal cook that his blessing alone made it taste phenomenal. Looked like a little piece of salmon. Looked like a little orange piece of meat. And he'd serve that up to you on a plate. A little blood on it. And whenever that was ordered, the chef would come out and hand it to you. And he'd stay and watch you eat. He was that type of chef. He was real good with his customers. And one day, a food critic came in and asked for shrimp Alfredo. And that critic had never been to the place before. And so our chef was a little bit upset. You see, he cared more about this man's experience coming to his restaurant than he cared about the fact that the man was a critic. So he went out there and he let him have it on the floor of the restaurant. He said, "You know what this restaurant means to me. You know the rules. First meal is meat. The meat, the special meat with the blessing." And the critic said, "I want shrimp Alfredo because that's what I want. That's what I always get to test restaurants." And they got into a big argument on the floor of the restaurant, and the food critic stormed out. That night, the chef went home. He was sitting on the edge of his bed like this. You know how men sit on the edge of their bed when they had a crazy day? Like this. Yeah. We all do that. And sitting there like this. And he was pondering this what happened with this food critic, and he pondered and he thought to himself, because of my rule that I created, this man wasn't even able to have any meal at all. And I would have rathered him have the shrimp Alfredo than have nothing at all. Was the conclusion he came to after a lot of this. So he went to sleep and he woke up the next day and he went to work and he had a talk. He gathered all the cooks and he said, "Look, it's been my standard for years that the first meal that comes, if somebody comes in here, they gotta have the meats. They gotta have the blessed meat. But we gotta turn that into less of a regulation and more into a humble type of suggestion." because we ran off a food critic yesterday, and I could care less about what he's critiquing, but as a man, man to man, I wanted him to eat here. I wanted that man to eat here at my restaurant because I have pride in my food. So, from then on, the rule was disbanded. People could come in for the first time and just eat whatever the hell they wanted, and slowly but surely, over the coming months, people started eating that meat dish less and less. And it kind of faded out. And people started to see the restaurant as less of a unique thing and more of just any other restaurant with all the basic foods. The moral of this story is sometimes we have dilemmas where both options seem correct and we got to choose. So in this situation, one option is I have a family, it's been going on for generations, you eat the blessed meat first. But the other option is more inclusive, everybody can have whatever meal they want when they first come in, and I'm not going to force them on nothing. And so you got two options, but both of them seem good, like good options. Sometimes in life, what we got to do is we got to do this. And a lot of times just doing that on the edge of the bed before nighttime, before falling asleep, can answer that question for you, young nigga. Especially if you're praying to God, especially if you're a godly, holy man, and you're, and all of this is in a continuation with the Lord, the Creator Himself, sitting here like this, and He's sitting right here in front of you, and you all are just communicating. We all been there after a rough day. Now, I'm think of a situation I got where I got two choices. Bear with me. Easy. When I go out into the world, sometimes I feel disrespected. And a part of me wants to stand up and say, you can't do that. You can't disrespect me. I've been disrespected enough as it is. I'm not going to let you, whoever you are, I don't care who you are, how big you are, how strong you look. I'm not letting you, I don't care how professional you look. I'm not letting you disrespect me as a man. That's one option. The other option is I need peace within myself. And if you're going to disrespect me, I can't let that harm my peace. And there's two options. Both of them are good. But you got to choose one. And when I sit and I do like this, at the end of the day, obviously God says go with the second one. It's just hard. It's just hard to look at disrespect in the face and say, you can't affect me. It's what we got to do as men, though. Hard things. You can have all the power in your fist. You can have all the power in your fist, but it's what you do with your fist that counts. If you're punching, if you're going around hitting people with your fist, all you're doing is building up more badness. But if you save your fists, then you'll find that there is a time for fists. There's a time for fists. I'm trying to think of a time for fists. Somebody's talking shit to your woman. That's a time for fists. That's not a time for turning cheeks. That's a time for beating cheeks. Boy, what the hell you say to my girl? What the hell did you just say? Hot darn it. Or your kid or something. You know, some grown-ass nigga is talking shit to your 10-year-old son, 12-year-old son. That's a time for fists. Boy, stand back, boy. Let me handle this. Or if somebody's attacking you, want to take your shit. But in the sense of words, if somebody's disrespected you, it's not time for fighting. That's time for understanding that this person, that just like I have a demon on my back every day when I wake up trying to get me to do whatever it needs me to do, wants me to do, this person has a demon on their back telling them that what he needs to do is disrespect me in this moment. It's not him. It's something beside him that is telling him that something's wrong with me. And if I go after him and hurt him, well, that's just more pain on him. He's already got enough as it is, or else he wouldn't be sitting here disrespecting me like this. We're all suffering. We're all suffering. If you can keep that in your head, you'll be 10 steps ahead of everybody else. We're all suffering. Every single last one of us is in a mode of suffering. Whether that be physically or mentally, spiritually, we're all going through it. It's just a part of the human condition. And all we can do is lift each other up. That's the only way the world's going to get any better. Even when we're faced with disrespect, humiliation, disregard, you gotta meet it with positivity. I'm talking to myself, because I am doing very poorly with this. I wanna people, the memory that I leave in someone's head is important to me. So when someone disrespects me and I don't do anything back, and now they have a image in their head of me as weak, it's like something inside of me just can't have that. I'd much rather say something to them that they have just never expected a human being to utter, like something just downright hideous to them, soul crushing. I'd rather them leave with that memory of me just crushing them like a bug than of me being weak, meek. But God says himself, the meek will inherit the kingdom of God. We gotta learn how to be meek men. humble, quiet, observant. Or else it's just gonna keep spiraling into shit, this world.